This ain't your ordinary football show. It's the Old Dominion Football Show with Bruce Rader and Coach Bobby Wilder.
1 week after changing quarterbacks midstream, the underdog Monarchs on the road in Miami racked up enough yards, but not enough points, as Florida International sent ODU home with a 29-point loss. On top of that, starting quarterback David Washington was knocked out of the game in the fourth quarter. Everything unraveled, and talk about piling on. Saturday, ODU welcomes Western Kentucky, the top team in Conference USA. So how is this young team dealing with the adversity and the challenge ahead? Let's find out. The Old Dominion Football Show starts now. I'm Bruce Rader, along with head coach Bobby Wilder. Trick or treat, Coach. Saturday is Halloween, and here comes Western Kentucky knocking on your door. Kind of scary.
Yeah, it is, Bruce, kind of scary. They're undefeated in the league. They're 4-0 right now. They played 4 league games. They're averaging 50 points a game in those games. A veteran team on both sides of the ball, and I think they have a legitimate dark horse Heisman Trophy candidate in Brandy Dowdy, their quarterback. He's leading the nation in passing, thrown for over 3,000 yards, 27 touchdowns in only 8 games. They're 6-2 overall with a loss at LSU and a loss at Indiana. So this is clearly the best team we've played so far this year, and that's saying a lot with NC State, App State, and Marshall. But we're going to need to be up for the challenge Saturday.
Now, I don't want to dwell on the game in Miami too much, but last week when you were here, you told us that you were not happy with the way your team prepared for the FIU game. I guess it showed up on the field.
Yeah, it did, and it was a lesson for us to learn, and unfortunately there's a lot of lessons this year with a young football team. We're going through some growing pains right now, Bruce, as a program that we've never gone through before, that probably should have happened earlier, back in 2009 or 2011 when we went in the CAA, but we've never had them like we have now. And what really shows up, Bruce, in a game when you don't practice well are those critical situational football things that come up in a game. For example, third down. We were terrible in third down. We were 3 for 12. We were 0 for 3 on fourth down. We were 0 for 4 in the red zone. So you have 500 yards of offense and you only have 12 points because in those critical football situations you have to think as well as perform. We were not good, and same thing on defense. We weren't good on third down. We only created 1 turnover. So those things happened to us. We addressed it this week in practice. We practiced much better this week in situational football, and hopefully we can carry that over into the game.
In football, on any level, it's always about the quarterback. David Washington is out, or is he? Schuler Bentley apparently is in. And if so, how is the redshirt freshman handling all of this?
Yeah, David's definitely out for this week. The prognosis we received from the doctors is that it could be 3 to 4 weeks with the injury he had to his knee. Really fortunate, Bruce, he didn't tear his ACL or his MCL or break a bone in his leg. It probably is incredible athleticism and reflexes saved it, because you showed the clip on here how bad that was. But Schuler Bentley will start. Schuler knows he needs to perform at a high level. He's practiced well, and we'll also, Bruce, we'll have Blake LaRussa, true freshman, ready to play this week. Blake has also practiced well. We'll have some situations where Zach Pascal will play quarterback, like you saw Saturday when he had that 75-yard touchdown run first play of the second half. So nobody is used to Old Dominion not having a lot of productivity at the quarterback position, and it hasn't been consistent this year. The last 2 weeks with David at quarterback, both weeks, Charlotte and FIU, we had 500 yards of offense. So David showed his explosiveness. Unfortunately, he was injured, and Schuler's got to come back and play well.
You're building a program here, and to do that, you just really have to redshirt guys when they come in as freshmen.
Right.
Are these just growing pains, or have you pinpointed some unexpected problems?
These are definitely growing pains, Bruce. I anticipated this would happen. We were fortunate last year. We won our last 3 games, so we ended up 6-6, 4-4, and everybody thought, okay, they're bowl eligible, so they must be ready to go. But we've transitioned now, going from 63 to 85 scholarships. We have 30 players we're redshirting this year, 30 players that could help us. We have 33 of our 53 that are playing right now, Bruce. We have 53 players that are playing offense, defense, and special teams. 33 are first and second year players. And when you're playing that many younger players against this level of competition, it's going to show. Your growing pains are going to show, and I can't emphasize enough where we compete, we play hard, but in critical situations, we're not making the plays right now. We've always been good on third down, Bruce. Always. We're not good on third down. We've always been good in the red zone. We're not good in the red zone. So those things are showing up. Now, I like the way our players are competing. They learned a valuable lesson from practice last week. Practice better. But we've just got to hang in there because there's going to be better days ahead.
Your running back, Ray Lowry, was the Conference USA Rookie of the Year last year. He was on a tear at the beginning of the season, but he didn't start last week in Miami. Why?
Yeah, he had two situations, Bruce, going back to Marshall when we were going in. He had a critical fumble where the ball was out here. And then he had the same thing happen in the Charlotte game. We were going in to score and the ball was out. And it doesn't matter who you are on our team. If you're not doing the fundamental football things well, then you're not going to start. And we have to put that message out to all the players, and not just Ray, because you mentioned he's Rookie of the Year last year. He's leading the league in rushing this year, and I loved his response. He practiced. He really worked on it last week, keeping that ball high and tight when he gets through the hole. 21 carries for 161 yards in this game, and he didn't play till the second quarter. Jeremy Cox was playing well in the first quarter, 5 for 50, but that message, Bruce, has to be sent to younger players. You've got to do the fundamental things well, and everybody's got to be held accountable.
Tough love. So, how about we move on to a lighter subject? Zach Pascal had the game of his career a couple of weeks now. Now he dares to enter the 1-minute drill with Nathan Epstein. That's coming up next on the Old Dominion Football Show.
Back with the Old Dominion Football Show and the 1-minute drill, the junior wideout, Zach Pascal, flexing a little bit of muscle there. Now let's get one thing clear. Once and for all, your last name is?
Zach Pascal.
Not Pascal.
No, sir. Pascal.
You got some ink on that arm?
Yeah, I got a couple tattoos on this arm. It says blessed right here, and I got my birthday with a clock going down my arm right here.
Which one are you most proud of?
My first one on my chest, I got my mother's name.
What is the most embarrassing date you've ever been on?
Most embarrassing date. One time I went golfing, and I couldn't even hit the ball off the tee. But the date I was on, she hit it, and I just couldn't. Like, I tried so many times.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Speed.
Just lightning fast.
Lightning fast. I got some of that already. I just need a little bit more.
What's the best trash talking session you can remember between teammates?
Is one-on-ones in practice with teammate Volante Misher, Justin Noy, Devon Brown, Quante Thornton. Always one-on-ones. Is the best trash talk sessions.
Who's the funniest guy on the team?
Anthony Wilson, hands down.
What's worse, waking up for an early morning practice or just the days where you're sore after practice?
Days I'm sore after practice. Waking up, I have no problem doing.
The best thing about being a Monarch is?
The 12th Monarchs, the fans when we come out the tunnel.
And that is what we call a perfect segue. Zach Pascal, wide receiver for the Monarchs. Why don't you say goodbye to the Monarch Nation?
Goodbye, Monarch Nation.
All right, Coach, so after a tough loss in Miami last week, Conference USA leader Western Kentucky comes calling on Saturday. How do you get you guys all coached up and ready for another big challenge?
Well, number one, Bruce, is we all know we're underdogs in this game, so we have everything to gain, nothing to lose. And what I try to keep our team really understanding is stay focused on the process of winning. That's what we need to do, because that's for now and for the future. So it's all about planning, preparation, and then going out and executing. And I want them to have fun. They need to have fun right now. They're feeling the pressure of not having success in the 4 losses this year. Just have fun and go play. That's the number one thing.
All right, fans, so you have fun too. You're going to have to get up early on Saturday, though. Old Dominion against Western Kentucky. Kickoff at noon. You like those noon games, Coach?
I love them. Let's go.
Right, let's go. Tailgating's going to start early. You don't think any of the fans will be dressing up on Saturday, do you?
I hope they are.
I'm not going to miss that atmosphere outside the stadium Saturday
Bruce
morning.
will be there as Bruce Raider.
That's right. Coach, good luck. See you next Friday night, 10:45 for the Old Dominion Football Show.